So I'm interested now. So, welcome back, guys. This is my second session. I reread some of the suggested things in the tips and trips. I'm curious about this. So, middle mouse button. Let's see, 1, then middle mouse button. Did I do that wrong? Oh. Is that what you do? There we go. So you click on an individual slot and then middle mouse button there, and that'll make that the reserved thing for that slot. Now I really like that idea, because then I can start having consistent locations for certain objects that I use a lot, like these transfers and these belts. Alright, we'll come up with specific things for specific slots over time, but that's good to know. That's good to know. This time I read all the way through the tips and trips. My ability to remember them all should vary, of course, but it's something at least. So, one thing I did become aware of is that apparently, okay, I'm forgetting whether it's performance or available or performance, but when one of those is full, that means that I'm maxing out my power. So I do want to get more power, because I think we're not... that's just full electricity. Do other things say they don't have enough? Yeah, those don't quite have enough electricity. So we must be using SimCity logic where the nearby stuff gets more power. I think I can click on these with like shift click. No. Oopsie, what did I do? I'm sorry. Oopsie. There we go. Oh hey, new technology. Let's pick something new then. So we just finished... Well, we have sorters now. I don't know if we just researched sorters or turrets from last time, but we have both now, so don't have to be too concerned about that. Smart inserter. Now that could be really interesting. The ability to filter items. Don't think I need one right away yet, but it'd be cool. A tool belt for more quick bars. Let's stick with things that require green for now. I mean red for now, because we're not set up to build green yet. Let's see, this will let me build better guns. This is steel processing. Lets you build steel chests and a steel axe. And steel plate, which is used for all sorts of things. A stone wall would be how I defend myself, which is also a decent idea. Some lights. Yeah, okay. Let's start with... Where was it? Let's start with getting an SMG. That'll be a good start. Alright. Was it shift click? No, it's not. Right click, no. Middle mouse button. Q. Q click. There it is. So this is the electrical information about the local network. So consumption is way up. So we're going to want to build additional power at this point. Which shouldn't be too tough to do. Just do more of this. Someone had a pretty good suggestion actually, by the way. Which was to use the, use coal-based inserters by the plant over there. Do I have any more of those? There they are. They're in the iron chest. That seems like a really pretty valid idea, because they do self-power, and if you put them here, then they're like a fail-safe, basically. Like, they will fuel themselves and the system if the power system goes down. So they have a slightly different source of power than the rest of the system, which can help things keep going nicely. That seems valid. It also means we can change where we place this a little bit. Anyway, I'm going to want to create a secondary system here so I can create more power, basically. I think I can do that by creating more boilers and more steam engines just all in a line. But I think I'm a little worried about that getting a little complicated, so I'm pretty okay with the idea of just going straight forward about the whole thing and just creating a second one and then linking it up. So steam engine, pump, boilers, make 4 of those. And that should be everything I need. Just need to put them down on the ground in parallel. Somewhere over here. Oops, out of range. My bad. There we go. Alright, boilers. You know, I should really put these in a better position so they could just use the same line, huh? That'd be the smart thing to do. So the boilers need to be right here. Let's see. Let's just put them over here for reference, then figure out where the pump fits, because these are a little finicky. Here good? Here, there's good. Alright, well then perfectly in parallel then. Oops. Move that a little bit. There's our steam engine. We just gotta get rid of the power line real quick. Yes, now I just dismantled my entire system, but it's fine. Is it supposed to be weirdly floating off like that? Oh, I'm standing in the way there. That's what the problem was. I'm like, why doesn't it fit there? Alright. Now everything's good to go. Right, I need to put the arms down now. This little power line's in the way, but also totally unnecessary. One last track to fuel the last... Whoop! That surprised me a little bit. So now we have our weapons ready. Let's do steel processing. That's straightforward enough. That'll give me steel axe. And steel, which is pretty mandatory. And this will be pumping up our system. And from here I could do a similar parallel system, but just have a splitter, basically. And I could have 2 more steam engines getting fed into over here, for example. See, performance is up. So I'm pretty sure performance is the one where when that fills up, we're maxed out, and when it's not full, I think we're not maxed out. Basically, let's see if I can do the Q clicker correctly. There we go. Yeah, our production's up here, consumption's up here. I'm not entirely sure how to fix this out. I could just continue to create extra meters, though. I guess if I look around, I'll be able to tell if certain things are maxed out or not. So right now it looks like everything seems to be performing at maximum now. But judging by how the meters are bouncing around, it seems like we might be dangerously close to maxing it out again. So let's go ahead and make one more system at least. Maybe a little extra. Grab a bit more steel. I'll just make an entire second row, and then we'll be good to go for a while, and I won't have to revisit it right away. I'm glad that everything's producing well right now. Let's see. One more steam engine, and we should have 2. And now I can make splitters. Let's go ahead and make our inaugural one of those. And then a whole bunch of tracks. Alright, so pump. Where do you fit? There we go. Leave a little room. We just plop this right here. And now we can make our splitter. What's stopping me right here? Something in my way? Is it facing the wrong direction? Is it because there's resources in the way? What's going on here? Nope, that's obnoxious. Maybe it is the resources that are in the way, I don't know. I thought that's how splitters worked in this game. Yeah, I just have to delete it apparently. Alright, weird. Slightly finicky, but I'm past it. Let's put our arms down. Gonna have to make some more of those for sure. Alright, let's go grab some more steel. Iron. Metal names, it's fine, don't worry about it. Anyone who's OCD left by now. Damn, that thing fills up fast. Look how quickly they all just reach in there. So our throughput is plenty up to snuff at the moment. Oh god. Stuff's getting researched faster than I can even think about it. I'll just keep clicking on red things because we're not really set up for green yet, I don't think. Yeah, let's research lights. I want to have lights. Who doesn't want to have lights? Alright. Oh no, is the asymmetry going to be a problem here? I could just make one pipe. That would fix any problem there. There we go. Now it'll line up just fine. Doot 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 doo. Let's bring down the coal. And we should be good to go. I wonder if there's a bandwidth problem with the wires. Like, can I create more power? Yeah, look at these. Oh yeah, look at it go down. There we go. So yeah, performance being maxed out is bad. Available performance being maxed out is good. I think that's how this works. Because these things are getting pumped with coal right now. And it seems to be significantly taking the weight off of that middle one. Available performance is going down a little bit. I think that's just because I think these just aren't finished fully boiling water correctly. They're at 99 temperature. They're getting there. Let's see, maybe Q will be a little more helpful here. So definitely the biggest consumption is water. Our production's way up here. Production consumption. The fact that consumption is maxed out, I assume, means that we're consuming exactly as much as we're trying to, because it's maxed out, and production being here and seeming to have a bunch of extra space left over seems to indicate that maybe it can keep going. Oh god, we're done already. Jesus. Fast progress here, huh? Alright, let's make the smart inserter next. Really, I just want to research everything anyway, so it's fine. Let's make a few lights. Just to celebrate the fact that I can, huh? Alright, electronics is now being researched. Oh right, I have to put it inside of a light area. Boom! Now I can keep the areas that I own lit up. Oops. There we go. We have line of sight. All proper. Plop one over here. Then one way down here. Make a few more of these. Just to light up my remaining sites. It's a little bit more satisfying when you can just see it. There we go. Other one's a little far away. Alright, plop this down by the turrets for security reasons. Or that's what I tell myself. And now all the little components of my base are all lit up. That's nice. Possibly a waste of energy in some capacity, but it's kind of nice to just have things lit up. So now that we're back, let's go ahead and preemptively make a few repair kits. And I'll make myself a steel axe. Oh, I need steel plate for that. Alright, let's start production of steel plate then, since I don't think I have anything producing that. You make steel plate by just filtering your iron plate through another furnace, if I remember correctly. And we have plenty of reason to want to do that. Do I have underground tunnels yet? I do. Let's make a few of those. I'm going to be using those, and I'll want that splitter. There's a few things I want right now. It's fine. Alright. And... oh, not a big deal to make that iron. So let's just grab some more plates real quick, and I'll be able to make my submachine gun, which should be a better damage dealer than... where does it go? Did I make my SMG yet? Here it comes. That should be a better weapon to defend myself than this little pistol is. Good to go. And we're supplying myself with a few more clips of ammo. Alright, let's split off of our plate steel. Or iron plate. So good at remember word how say do. There we go. Oops, that's the wrong direction altogether. There we go. Just go on, dip it underground. And we'll create a system over here where, yeah, we'll have a system over here where we can smelt it into steel. Stick that across. Let's see here. I do want this... let's go ahead and make this the dedicated slot for this item. I'm always going to want it in my inventory somewhere, I think. Anything else around here that I always want? Splitters. I use those enough that I want to have a dedicated slot for them too. That'd be nice. Don't think I need the repair things on my slot. I've just built them preemptively in case I need them later. I need power, so let's just make the... I'll make this the dedicated power pole. Oh, it already is. Do you just do that by clicking it at all? That is what you do. Okay. How do I cancel it, though? Maybe I cancel it by putting something else there for a second? Filter has to be cleared. Well, crap. Now I've gone and created a filter, but now I'm unsure of how to delete the filter. Right click, left click, drag it off. Middle mouse button just brings me to this menu, which shows me everything. I had to go and play with fire, didn't I? And now I'm getting myself in trouble. Armor crafting. Absolutely I want armor. So I don't get killed. It's fine, I'll just find something else to place the filter as later. For now, let's work on our furnaces. There we go, let's craft a bunch of furnaces. I'll always have needs for some more anyway. Right. You're gonna need some sort of influx of coal, or we're not gonna have a supply here. This might be the right place for a smart inserter. Can I craft those yet? I think I researched those already. So you need a fast inserter and you need circuits. That was just the wrong call because none of that smelted correctly, so I can't process it. Hang on a second. There we go. Let's make a smart inserter, which I can hopefully use to snatch out some coal here to supply here. We'll see how fast it goes. That'll be interesting to learn about. So if I command you, I can get you to grab coal? That's exactly how you work. Okay. Good to know. Now we just need to get you a path out of here. And it seems to really keep the supply up. That's nice. Oh god. This research is actually going fast enough that I can't process what I'm even doing. I can't. Assembling machine 2, obviously. I'm just sticking to researching red things for now and hoping things work out for a bit, while I deal with the more immediate tasks I'm actually trying to accomplish at the moment. There we go. Now we have the 2 things supplied. Now we just need a series of arms. Oops. Misclicked a little bit. Alright. Here's our arms. And then our power. And now we're producing steel. There we go. It took them a moment, but now they're gathering the coal they need. I may have built it... Oh. I have built it too close, haven't I? I'm gonna get in trouble here. I could just rotate this guy, though. It's not too big of a deal. Yeah, this is fixable. No big concern. Messed up a little bit. And that's fixed. Alright, cool. So that goes along. Need more arms. And other things. For some reason I feel the need to make those evenly spaced when it doesn't matter at all. Alright. Must gather more resources. Alright. Are we actually at capacity now for producing things? Or are they both filling up nicely still? It looks like they're still filling up. Yeah. We're not actually consuming them faster than they're being produced still. Which is good, because that means I don't have to increase the output elsewhere. But now we have our steel. Let's just build more transport belts. Oop, not that way. Crap. Rapid click. There we go. I wish I could get the game to just work that way when I shift click. Because it's convenient to shift click to make it quick build, but then you have to wait for the entire stack to be ready to build to the last phase before you can actually start building the next thing. Alright, so now we have steel, which is what I needed for, not the SMGs. Right, I needed it for my steel axe. Grab a few of those and bam, we have access. So now we have 8 physical damage, mining power 4, as opposed to mining power 2.5. There we go. Not the most vital thing in the world, but it's nice to get out of the way. Our power consumption's just, yeah, our power production's still doing fine. Now I just need to decide on my next goal, basically. Well, we've been doing a lot of research, so I should work on figuring out how to do green power next, which requires inserters and transport belts. Right, that's where things get complicated. Let's see. I think I still have it written down from story mode, where I had like the tree of all the things involved in inserters. Oh yeah, a lot of things going on here. So we need to produce gear wheels and circuits and copper cables and so on. A lot going on, but they involve these kinds of assembling machines, though, at least. So at the very least, we don't have to worry about creating more furnaces that require coal. So that step will be a little more simplified. Let's see here. We're still working on building the access to the next one, which I believe I'll need if I even want to build. Yeah, I'm gonna need the next type of assembly machine if I want to even have the ability to craft the arms. The inserters, I believe, are several components together. I'm just sitting here grabbing all of our resources as we go, so I can just keep building. Let's see. We have a good amount of belts right now, but we're gonna need a few more splitters. Let's just preemptively grab some of those. And some arms, yeah, obviously. What are you building right now? Oh, wow. Yeah, splitters actually take a while to build. Has to build several components first. Good idea to get it out of the way, then. Alright, so... there we go. We have a separate direction to for these to go in now. I'm giving us a little space so I can increase my production if I feel the need to. But I don't know if I will quite yet, just because it is just for producing science. I'll have to give myself more space for building the actual science itself first. The vials. But for now, I just want to get the basics set up, and then we can think about scaling. I would manage to put that in the one particle of screen that's not already fully powered. There we go. Oop. Alright, total coverage. So you're going to make wires, which are down here. There we go. There's the output conveyor. That'll stay put for just a second. So after wires, or the cables, we need to build circuits. Circuits require iron plate and copper cables. So we need to combine that with this somehow, which is slightly out of the way, but pretty doable still. It's pretty out of the way, though. It is pretty out of the way, unfortunately. Let's see. I could have planned for this particular stage a little better. But I have just enough room to make this work for the most part. Let's see. This cable needs to be moved very, very slightly. There we go. I think everything's still powered. Here we go. So combine these two into one location and we're good to go. Yeah, I gave myself enough space that I could build a second, wire producing facility over there if I want to. We need more plate though to continue. Iron plate in my inventory, go! I do need to just create a place that's constantly building conveyor belts so I don't have to worry about building them whenever I feel like the need to. They just require wheels and plate too, so not that big of a deal. They would have to be getting dumped into some sort of box though, because otherwise they wouldn't, the amount that fill up a conveyor belt wouldn't be enough to keep going all the time. Oops, wrong way. Alright. That's combining. Those will go nicely along the wall, so I can then create a... Do I have any more machines? Did I run out? Oh no, they're right here. They are right here. Oh, I don't have quite enough space? I can fix that though. Let's see, I'm hoping to leave enough space to do 2 of these. There we go. That's more or less what I was going for. And now I have enough space to put a conveyor belt just below. Alright. Wait, what am I doing here? I have to do the actual wall too. There we go. Yes, not quite what I was going for, huh? Alright. Bit of a capacity issue here, but I think I can fix it. Hello, giant adding machine. Just grab you right here. Put you back on wire duty. There we go. We'll just pretend I didn't interrupt you. I don't know why I put these over here when they have a reserved slot. That was a mistake. Alright. Working within confined space, but I'm making it work. There we go. Now I have space for the conveyor for exiting. Now I can add the second machine in parallel. I can't build any more yet. Need more of basically everything again. At some point I'll have a conveyor belt that builds building machines. Whoa! That'd be a little absurd actually, but why not? And let's build more power cables. I'm running short on those poles. And virtually everything else really. It is fun just to keep adding, just to keep layering on more and more processes of how you are handling everything. There. Oops. I'm sorry, did I just suddenly forget? What is wrong with me? E, Q. Was it F? Oh, it's R. I I momentarily completely forgot how to rotate objects. That was a brain moment for me. We're going from wires to circuits. You're making wires. Where? There we go. Get in range. And now the power. Exit arm. And now these things are going to be crafting. Yep, they're crafting their circuits. Just like that, we have way too much circuit production. Alright. We go from circuits to... Alright, it's circuit plus gear wheel plus iron plate equals inserter. So now I'm making all the components of it. I just need to actually have automation 2 finished, because that's going to be how I complete that part. And it's going slowly because I don't actually have enough red production to fill up these things with a red all the time. So I should really bump that up too. Let's see here. So let's review the consumption of red, copper, and gear. And so to build that, we have gear and copper coming in from over here, which is a little problematic because I need parallel buildings for those. I didn't really leave myself much room, did I? We may just have to expand outward and accept that. Let's see here. One thing I can do is just I can pray from the same path that's already grabbing the steel over here. Yeah, I think I want to revamp this whole system here. Automation 2 is almost done though, that's nice. I'm just trying to think of how to fix up this nightmare I've crafted for myself over here. Let's start by just unproducing you. Sorry. Sorry. Sorry, everyone. Okay. Red and green are supposed to go there ultimately, but let's try to fix up how I'm approaching this. I wonder if I just get rid of that piece altogether, basically. Get rid of that dividing line. The underground part's a little irrelevant right now. I'll leave myself the throwaway. No, it doesn't matter. Alright, right now that's where the iron goes to proceed. It is a bit silly because the whole reason that this stuff sticks out like this is so that I can specifically... it was to evade what I just had, and I just got rid of that. So there's a bit of a mess in that component. So let's just go ahead and combine these, just to clean things up at least. There we go. At least this part's cleaned up a bit, even if it's a bit silly that I just did all that. Alright. Take these adding machines, pop them down right over here. I keep calling them adding machines for whatever reason. And now I can double up on gears. To just escalate things a bit. And it'll give me a bit of space so I can even build a third one. There we go. Don't think I have any more of these machines. Yeah, let's build a couple of these. Build the arm that's going to fuel it. And we're just going to ramp up our production of red science here by increasing the things that are built in the first place. So you're both supposed to be building gears now. Are you not being fueled properly? You're all building gears. Why aren't you... I'm wondering why you specifically aren't building gears. Do you realize you're supposed to be grabbing... It needs to have iron plate. This thing's not grabbing it for some reason? I didn't build it backwards, and it is powered, right? As far as I can tell, it's working. Alright, let's just set up the export. Maybe it'll stop being weirdly frozen looking. Let's see, a few more inserters. How's our track doing? We have track. Okay. Oops, wrong item. There we go. Keep forgetting to cancel my selections. There we go. There's our gears. What's the deal with this one? Well, it snapped out of it. Sure, fine. Maybe it's because I placed the arm beforehand. Alright, now we have more space. So we have 3 gear producers. The other component of red science is just regular old copper plate. So, and that's already right here, so that's easy to feed into it. Let's see. That's the split off point? Yeah, it's all set up. Let's see here. I can make this more or less elegant for the moment. Nope. Not quite what I was going for. There we go. That's the clean that I was going for. Those are 2 components we need. Now we just build the same machines over here. And get rid of this last piece of track that doesn't serve any purpose. Boop. There we go. We need 2 more of those to keep going. Requires circuits and gears and so on. Just run around like a lunatic and gather more stuff while we go. All the plate shall be mine. There we go. Can I build 2 more? Yep. Set up our arms to go. You're going to build circuits, buddy. No, you're not. Wait, why am I building circuits? You already... I'm sorry, hang on a second. You're building red science. Brain broke for a second there. I already have someone building circuits. Red science, here you go. 2 more parallel machines. Power beyond imagination. Need some more inserters again. But soon we will be building them ourselves. Then I'll never need to build more again, except for when I totally need to build them again. There we go. This is admittedly somewhat... I think I can delete this one, actually. Nothing gets... Everything's still powered. Yeah, that one was redundant. That one was redundant. And this one I can feed backwards. Because we'll actually be feeding the red science under here. Oops. I'm always out of these things. No, I'm not. I was out of range, is what I was. Alright. Create our underground system. I'm running out again, aren't I? Damn it! Right at the last second. Of course, it's fine. Craft more. Soon I'll have something just producing conveyor belts so we can finally have a station to check in on. There we go. So now our red production is higher than ever before. And in just a moment, automation 2 will be complete. It would have been completed by now if I hadn't interrupted things, but I wanted to ramp things up a bit. So now that now that red's up, we have automation 2. Let's focus on, on another thing that just requires, let's do stone walls. I'll be able to build those in a moment. Look at that. Oh, they're all glowing now. Well, almost all of them.